everybody, how are we today? Hope we're all okay. Thank you for I will just wait a couple of moments until I'm a little bit early, but I hope that we're all staying safe and we're finding kind of some things to do during just a couple of moments and then we'll get started. If you are on, do say hi. Perfect. So, hi everyone. So my name's Heidi. I'm the National Nursery Manager at Nurseries by Infinity Kids. I hope everyone is safe and well. Welcome to my living room and my very first live stream for our nurseries. Throughout this video, do feel free to comment your thoughts or any questions that you have, and I'll be sure to available on demand to watch whenever is easiest for you. So if little one thought of just lately, feel free to pause the video and return whenever is easiest for you. The reason for this video is that we found lots of our parents were asking for similar sorts of questions around COVID-19 and their little ones. So we thought it would be a nice idea to put together some tips and advice and a couple of live sessions to hopefully help you get through it all. So I've been personally working in nurseries for over 10 years and I can honestly say that this is probably the most difficult and challenging time that I've ever experienced. So today, like I said, hopefully I'll be able to offer you some tips and advice on preparing your preschooler for COVID-19 and obviously all the challenges that we're facing at the moment and what we're having to put in place to make sure that we protect each other as well. So now more than ever, as I'm sure that we all do, children need our calm and understanding presence to help them get through this time. So like us, they need accurate information that is easy for them to digest and that isn't going to overwhelm them. I'm sure that we've all found we've been receiving lots of information that can be bite-sized and they can understand as well. Of course, they need emotional connections as well as hopefully a solid and predictable routine, and I know that can be really difficult during these times as well. And they also need practical strategies that they're going to be able to understand to reduce their risk of COVID-19 while supporting and increasing their resilience and self-control as well. So like I thought it would be really helpful to be able to provide you guys with some tips and advice. So my team have put together some practical advice for yourselves as well. Whether that be through verbal or non-verbal cues as well. So if you're feeling a little bit down or a little bit overwhelmed, make sure you take some time out for yourself. And I know that's really difficult at the moment, but even going for a short walk, maybe participating in a yoga or meditation session, or even having a glass of wine when everyone's going to bed, it's really important that you do take the time for yourself and look after your own mental well-being as well. Do ask children what they already know or they're understood, give them credit for. So I need simple explanations such as some people are getting a little bit sick at the moment, so we need to be extra careful and we need to be washing our hands whenever we're coughing or we're sneezing or whenever we're to your own child's understanding. If you do need any extra help and support with that, then do make sure you get in contact with our nursery team as well, which will be able to offer you some suggestions. Another really important tip that I would give you is try and limit the amount of social media and TV that your children are exposed to, especially with older children. We know there's lots and lots of information out there that can be quite overwhelming at times and can be quite negative. So limiting that for our children to be exposed to is really important also. It is perfectly natural for children to experience, or for you to experience as parents, that your children's behavioural changes as well. So children can kind of become irritable, they may be sleeping less, they may have changes in appetite as well. And this is just their way of them communicating their uncertainty and their anxiety. I'm sure with kind of extra comfort and reassurance from yourself, these will likely subside kind of sooner rather than later. As always, like I said, if you have any concerns or any specific things that you do want to discuss, then please do either drop a comment on this live stream or have a chat with our nursery team, who will be able to support you as well. To kind of combat anxiety, like I've mentioned, routine is really, really important for children. I know it's really difficult at the moment, but things like reading bedtime stories, going on regular walks, participating in things anxiety for our children as well. Above all, do make sure that you guys are taking steps to remain healthy. So teaching your little ones, like I said, to wash their hands with soap and water, maybe make up a washing your hands song with them, teaching them to cough and sneeze in their elbow or in a tissue, and again to wash their hands afterwards is really good practice for you guys to do as well. So last week we sent out an email to our parents and we've got a few responses, so thank you so much for those of you that have asked questions. So I will be answering a couple now, but like I said, throughout this video, if you do have any questions you would like me to answer, please do pop a comment on the live stream and I'll do my best to answer them and offer you kind of support and advice as well. So first of all, my child isn't sleeping very well since lockdown 3. Any advice or tips? Now, this must be really, really difficult for parents, especially when being sleep deprived affects the whole family as well. And everyone's routine is a little bit up and down at the moment, but it's really important, where possible, for you guys to try and maintain a healthy sleep pattern. So what I would suggest you do is reading a bedtime story, maybe doing a yoga and meditation session, maybe drawing or kind of painting just before bed, as long as the painting's not too messy. But anything that isn't going to make children kind of overly hyper just before bedtime, and staying with that routine would be something that I would definitely advise as well. Our next question, and Helen, I can see that you've asked this question as well, so I'm sure that lots of parents are experiencing, I think we all are at the moment, kind of staring at 4 walls. It can be difficult. What I would recommend is we have, as part of Nurseries by Infinity Kids, we've got gymnastics and ninja club as well. Now they are doing live preschool classes on Wednesday and Friday at 11 that you are able to watch live and join in with other parents too, or you're able to watch on demand as well. There's some really lovely activities that little ones can participate in there, and hopefully that will kind of reduce some of them energy levels as well. Maybe try going for a long walk, writing a list of all the items that you're going to find on your walk as well. Gives them really good focus and makes that a little bit more enjoyable for them also. Hopefully that helps to burn off some energy for them also. So another question we have is from a parent in Milton Keynes also. And they have put, my little one keeps asking to see grandma. I've explained so many times, but just don't seem to be getting through to him. Now this it's a really tricky one. And obviously it must be heartbreaking for yourself as well, to having to kind of re-explain that to them when the ones we ask to use. So try and video call grandparents or family members that you're not able to see as much as possible. Maybe encourage them that they're going to tell grandma or show grandma when they can see each other. If little one's a little bit older, maybe get them to keep a diary of the adventures of kind of lockdown 3 that they can share with family members once they can see each other as well. Hopefully that's helped for you. Let's have a little look. So another question we have is, my little one was always a fussy eater, but now seems to be having a tantrum at every mealtime, which I'm sure is really difficult for you. So you're obviously experiencing that at the moment. So what I would recommend is try and make mealtimes a really social time for your child and for you as a family. So sit down together where possible as a family, talk about what you are going to be doing that day, if it's kind of a breakfast time meal or a lunchtime meal, or discuss the things that you have done that day if it is an evening meal. Maybe make a plan for the rest of the week. So if you plan on kind of going out for a walk or even food shopping, for instance, try and engage the child in that during a meal time as well. So getting them to write a shopping list of all the things that they're going to buy. Do try and encourage the child to help where obviously it's safe to do so with cooking activities such as things like chopping the carrots or discussing kind of the different vegetables that you're going to be having as well. Try and make mealtimes a bit of a learning opportunity. So it's always nice to discuss where the food has come from or with different colours and shapes that they can see on their plate as well. So it doesn't become such a task for them to be able to kind of eat their meals. We do have lots of suggestions on meals from our nutritionist Annabelle Carmel on our website. So do have a little look at that as well. And our next question, and Josie, I can see that you're having a similar problem as well. So potty training has gone out the window since the third lockdown. We were doing so well. Any tips or advice on this? It's perfectly normal for a child to go backwards with things like toilet training, with things like sleep and behaviour as well. With regard to toilet training, I would recommend using things like sticker charts. So every time a child either uses the toilet or just sits on the toilet, give them a sticker and let them choose the sticker that they want as well. We maybe use lots of kind of gentle reminders for the child, lots and lots of praise when they sit on the toilet or use the toilet or WeBook, anything to make that experience a little bit more positive for them. But with this one, it is very much about going back to basics a little bit with them as well. So hopefully that's helped answer kind of some of your questions. Please do let me know if that has helped at all. Obviously, once again, thank you so much for joining our live stream today. Hopefully you found it useful and you've been able to take some tips and advice away. As always, we're always here to support our families. Next Monday at the same time, we'll be hosting another live covering foods that boost your immune system, part of our nourishment pillar. And we'll be covering lots of activities that you as a family can do at home also. So if you have any questions with regard to that topic, please do pop a comment in and I'll try and cover it next week for you. But for now, thank you so much for joining me. Take care, stay safe, and I will speak to you all soon.